If I were to define writing, I would say it is a way for your thoughts to escape from the prison of fear. Writing can never be done if you have fear living in your heart. When I started writing poetry, the first thing that I learned was that I would have to let go of all that terror in my heart. I'm definitely not the most confident person in this world, so naturally, the idea of putting my deepest thoughts onto paper scared me. The movie Dead Poets Society taught me how to break free from fear. Mr. Keating, who is a teacher in the movie, taught his class no matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world. This made me realize how much power my words held and that they did not deserve to be hidden into the quiet corners of my mind. It removed the dreadful feeling from my heart that my words were useless and that they were not worth being spoken. I had firmly set it into my mind that whatever I thought and said, it wasn't anything that would be treasured by anyone, and it most definitely would not hold the power to change anything in this huge world. However, the Dead Poets Society caused me to change my perspective because according to Mr. Keating, when you think you know something, you have to look at it another way. Even though it may seem silly or wrong, you must try. And this is exactly what I did. I started to look from a different perspective, and even though to me the idea that I could write something that could be meaningful seemed like a weird idea, I still went ahead and tried. It is a known fact that when you start something, it will not always be perfect. So, obviously, when I started writing, it did not end up as a beautifully done and eloquently written piece of literary art, but it did turn out to be better than I expected, and that encouraged me to keep writing. The Dead Poets Society helped me take my first step towards poetry. When Mr. Keating taught his students, saying, "You must strive to find your own voice, because the longer you wait to begin, the less likely you are to find it at all." I learned that I was wrong to be afraid of my own thoughts, thinking that they weren't good enough to be read, or assuming that they weren't powerful enough to make a difference. I finally learned that every little thought that crosses your mind matters, and that words have the ability to empower the writer. They open up a million windows in your mind, allowing you to look at the world from a million different perspectives, and eventually causing you to believe in yourself.